that message out. So we're very encouraged by the demand we've seen of late. Since the early part of November, we're actually seeing demand increase significantly. We think it's due to the success of our urgency message. We hope all of you will help us get that message out to consumers immediately. It's very important they apply right away. The other part, though, is we recognize that some consumers will need technical assistance, some hands-on assistance. There are certain consumers that are homebound, they're frail, they're elderly. They just need additional assistance to get them through this transition. So it's not enough just to give them a phone number and hope they're going to be okay. So again, through Denice's efforts and others around the country, we're seeing just tremendous voluntary activity springing up. Churches and synagogues and nonprofit organizations, charities, they're all coming through to help consumers with this transition. We've also been fortunate to make two awards, pretty significant awards to organizations that are helping specific communities with the transition. You'll hear from Mark Lloyd a little bit later from the Leadership Conference on Civil Rights Education Fund, which is setting up DTV transition centers in 7 urban communities around the country. We've also made an award to the National Association for Area Agencies on Aging, which is N4A, which is helping homebound seniors, frail seniors, elderly individuals, about 250,000 of them, to give them hands-on assistance. We actually have Amy Gottwalls here from N4A who's helping us out on that activity. So the good news here is we've got consumer awareness very high, it's over 90%. We have a lot of grassroots activities around the country to help consumers with that extra hands-on assistance. And we're really moving toward the finish line here. Again, our finish line is December 31 in terms of consumers understanding the need to order their coupons before that date. We realize our job's not done. We've got a long way to go. And for those consumers that haven't acted by December 31, we're pushing another message, which is the friends and family message. We are urging Americans who have already made the transition, like many of us in this room, to make sure that their family members, their friends, their neighbors are okay, they've made this transition. So provide that extra helping hand, as Americans do. They help their neighbors to make sure the most vulnerable among us are ready for the transition. And that can take the form of, if you have an unused coupon, say in February, when it's too late for that consumer to actually apply through the government and wait the 4 weeks to get their coupons in the mail. We're seeing a lot of this donation activity popping up across the country. Groups are consolidating coupons, unused coupons, creating clearinghouses, and providing those to consumers that need a coupon. That's going to be more urgent as we approach February, because that consumer is going to need that coupon in real time. They're not going to be able to wait 4 weeks, or they're going to lose their TV signal. We're also seeing others. Assistant Secretary Baker actually sent a letter to the state broadcast associations to urge them to have donated boxes available to consumers. There are some consumers who can't afford the copay, even though it's a very nominal fee. We're looking at a copay of around $10 for some consumers. These boxes cost around $50, $60. Some of them actually may be cheaper. Chris might have the details on that, but we're talking about a very nominal copay. But even with that small fee, especially in these hard times, some consumers may not be able to provide that copay. And so we are looking for our industry partners to come forward with donated boxes to that small number of low-income, fixed-income individuals that really need that extra assistance. So we're very hopeful this transition is going to be a success for all Americans. It's really, I'm hopeful because of all the great activity that's occurring across the country. Every day I hear of a new organization that's stepping forward to provide assistance, and so every day I become more hopeful that this country is going to get through this transition very smoothly. So thank you very much for the invitation to be here, and I look forward to the Q&A session. Thank you.
Thank you, and I'm sure that some of you will probably have some questions later on. I also will mention, next we're going to have Christopher McLean to come up from SERF. And as you see on the wall, we have WineGuard, which is a digital converter box company. Actually, they do more than digital converter boxes. They also have antennas and other types of products for people who have SUVs and recreational vehicles.